So, you've been dealing with weight loss for what feels like, oh, I don't know, your entire life. Maybe it all started with a couple of kids. You know, those adorable little creatures who absolutely refuse to let you eat your own food in peace, insist on leaving chicken nuggets on every surface of your car, and somehow have the metabolism of caffeinated hummingbirds while you gain weight just thinking about bread. Or maybe it's because life is, well, life. Between working, running errands, being the unpaid Uber driver for soccer practice and keeping your house from looking like a scene from Hoarders, it's easy to forget to prioritize yourself. And then he happened. Or rather, he left. Yep. Your husband decided to trade you in for someone who still fits into her high school jeans and has an entire afternoon free to do Pilates on a Tuesday. But don't worry, this isn't a sad story, it's an empowering one. Because now, oh now, you're back on the market, baby, and the market demands results. Cue the friend. We all have one. The one who shows up to brunch looking like they just walked out of a weight loss transformation commercial. They've lost 100 pounds, they look radiant, and their skin is glowing like they've been kissed by angels and moisturized with liquid gold. And of course, they're modest about it. Oh, I just made a few little changes to my diet and started walking 10,000 steps a day. Yeah, sure, Brenda. And I'm secretly a Russian ballerina. But then Brenda leans in, lowers her voice, and says those magical 3 letters. GLP-1. No, GLP-1 isn't the name of a new luxury skincare line or some secret government code. It stands for glucagon-like peptide-1 agonists. In simpler terms, fancy medications that help you lose weight by making you feel fuller for longer and slowing down digestion. And let me tell you, these meds aren't magic, they're science. They're like having a tiny, responsible dietitian living in your stomach. You know, one that gently whispers, hey, maybe we don't need that 3rd piece of chocolate cake. Maybe let's put the fork down. Now, let's be clear, these medications aren't for everyone. If you're looking to drop 3 pounds for your high school reunion next week, this isn't the quick fix juice cleanse you're dreaming of. GLP-1 meds are usually prescribed for people with a BMI over 30 or a BMI over 27 with weight-related health conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure or sleep apnea. Basically, if your doctor says, we need to do something about your weight, then you might be a candidate. And let's talk results, because results matter, baby. Studies have shown that GLP-1 meds can help people lose up to 15% of their body weight on average. That's not, I switched to diet soda weight loss. That's, I had to buy new pants, and I'm loving it weight loss. But, and here's the part Brenda probably left out, these medications aren't perfect. Side effects? Oh yeah, they're real. Nausea, constipation, sometimes a little burping situation that could rival a frat boy after 3 beers. And if you've ever had a rough night out and thought, I will never drink tequila again, then you've already trained for the mild nausea these meds might give you. Also, they don't come cheap. Depending on your insurance, these little appetite-curbing miracles can cost you up to $1,000 a month. That's like a car payment or a very fancy handbag or 4,000 chicken nuggets. But hey, if they work and you can afford them, or if you've got great insurance, God bless your HR department, they might just be worth it. Now, here's the thing, GLP-1 meds aren't the answer, they're part of the answer. You still have to put in some work, walk around the block, lift something heavier than your phone, eat a vegetable occasionally. I promise broccoli isn't out to hurt you. And most importantly, don't do this because you feel pressured. Don't do it because you think you have to look a certain way to be lovable or worthy. Do it because you want to. Do it because you deserve to feel good in your own body. Whether that means fitting into a smaller dress, having more energy to chase your kids, or just looking in the mirror and thinking, dang, I look good. So if you're thinking about GLP-1 medications, talk to your doctor. Ask questions, and if they say yes, then go ahead and join the Brenda Club. But whatever you do, don't let some influencer with a blender and a questionable juice recipe guilt trip you. Your health journey is yours. Own it. Oh, and before we wrap this up, here's a little pro tip. Don't tell your ex-husband about your weight loss until it's fully noticeable. Nothing says revenge like showing up to a mutual event looking like you just stepped off a magazine cover. And remember, the most important part of this journey? You've got to love yourself along the way. Whether you lose 5 pounds or 50, whether you use medication or just start walking every day, you're still you and you're still worthy. Now go out there, eat your salad, take your meds if they're right for you, and strut like you own the place, because honey, you do. So, if everyone is ready, let's dive in headfirst into one of the hottest topics in healthcare. And let's face it, dinner table conversations, weight loss medications. Specifically those fancy little injectable pens with names that sound like they belong to Marvel superheroes. Wegovy, Ozempic and Mounjaro. We'll talk about how they work, who they're for, how much they cost, their side effects, their benefits beyond weight loss, and most importantly, do they actually work? Are they miracle drugs? Or are we all just paying rent money for expensive hope in a syringe? And don't worry, this isn't going to be a lecture. We're keeping things light, accessible, and yes, scientifically accurate. Let's get into it. All right, let's start with the basics. GLP-1 receptor agonists, or glucagon-like peptide-1 receptor agonists, are medications originally developed for type 2 diabetes. Scientists noticed something interesting during clinical trials. Patients weren't just seeing better blood sugar control, they were also losing a significant amount of weight. And like any great medical breakthrough, the discovery came with a light bulb moment. Wait, could this be a weight loss drug? These medications work by mimicking the hormone GLP-1, which is naturally produced in your gut. This hormone signals to your brain, hey, we're full, stop eating now. It also slows down how fast food leaves your stomach, meaning you feel fuller for longer. The end result, you eat less, feel satisfied with smaller portions, and that half-empty fridge starts looking less tragic. But here's the thing, these medications aren't magic bullets, they are tools. Powerful tools, but tools nonetheless. And they're not for everyone. According to FDA guidelines, these drugs are approved for individuals with a BMI of 30 or higher obesity, or a BMI of 27 or higher overweight. If you have a related health condition like high blood pressure, diabetes, or high cholesterol. If you've got a BMI of 24.5 and you're hoping Wegovy will make you Beachbody ready next weekend. Technically, you're not the target audience, but off-label prescribing is happening. The point is, you have to talk to your doctor. First up, we've got Ozempic and Wegovy. Both of these medications are made from the same active ingredient, semaglutide. The difference is their intended use. Ozempic is primarily approved for type 2 diabetes, while Wegovy is specifically approved for weight loss. Think of it like identical twins. One went to med school, the other went to the gym. Then there's Mounjaro, also known as tirzepatide. This medication is a bit of an overachiever. It doesn't just target GLP-1 receptors, but also GIP receptors. What does that mean? It's like hiring 2 personal trainers instead of 1. Clinical studies suggest that Mounjaro may lead to even greater weight loss than semaglutide. According to a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, Wegovy, semaglutide, leads to an average weight loss of around 15% of total body weight. Meanwhile, Mounjaro, tirzepatide, has shown weight loss averages closer to 20%. These numbers are not small potatoes. They're life-changing results for many people. But here's an interesting note. There's evidence to suggest that women might respond slightly better to GLP-1 medications than men. The exact reasons aren't fully understood, but researchers believe hormonal differences and metabolic rates might play a role. Here's where things get even more exciting. These medications aren't just about dropping dress sizes or tightening belt notches. They have some impressive additional health benefits. For people with type 2 diabetes, GLP-1 medications improve blood sugar control and reduce the risk of long-term complications. Studies have also shown they can protect kidney function, reduce the risk of heart disease, and lower blood pressure. That's right, these aren't just weight loss drugs, they're multitasking marvels. In fact, in patients with existing cardiovascular disease, semaglutide has been shown to reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke. And if you're thinking, wait, these drugs are like the Swiss Army knives of medicine, you're not wrong. Now let's talk about the not-so-fun stuff. The most common side effects of GLP-1 medications include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and constipation. Basically, your stomach may or may not start its own protest movement in the early weeks of treatment. More serious side effects are rare but can include pancreatitis, gallbladder problems, and thyroid tumors in animal studies. Yes, animal studies, because apparently even lab rats can't have nice things. And here's a key point: if you stop taking these medications, the weight tends to come back. These aren't short-term solutions, they're long-term commitments. Let's address the price tag. Without insurance, these medications can cost anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 per month. Yes, that's more than some people pay in rent. Insurance coverage varies wildly. Some plans cover it fully, some partially, and some require you to perform bureaucratic gymnastics just to get approval. Experts predict that as patents expire and generic versions enter the market, prices might drop. But for now, these medications are a luxury that not everyone can afford. Here's the bottom line. These medications work. If your BMI qualifies you, and if your doctor agrees, they can be transformative. But they're not magic, they're tools. If paired with exercise, healthy eating, and lifestyle changes, they can change your health trajectory in profound ways. If you're someone considering these medications, have an honest conversation with your healthcare provider. And listen, if you're thinking, wow, this guy seems passionate about weight loss medications. It's because I once tried calorie counting and ended up eating a salad while Googling "can sadness burn calories?" Spoiler, it cannot, but science can. So let's celebrate the fact that medicine is giving us tools to tackle one of the hardest health challenges out there. All right, folks, like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who's ever asked, wait, is it Wegovy or Ozempic again? Take care, stay informed, and remember, health isn't one size fits all, but effort always fits perfectly. Disclaimer: I'm not your doctor, I'm just a guy on YouTube with a passion for research, health education, and a deep love for explaining medical studies in plain English. This video is for informational and entertainment purposes only, and should not be used as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. I'm not qualified to prescribe medications, adjust dosages, or make decisions about your health. Only a licensed healthcare professional can do that. Always consult your doctor before starting, stopping, or changing any medication or treatment plan. Stay healthy, stay curious, and maybe skip that third donut tomorrow. Baby steps, my friend.